Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie, and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today, you guys, I want to take a look at Pete Hegseth. So, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, ordered during the first attack on a Venezuelan boat. They were attacked. They were hit by a missile. There were 2 survivors. And it's being said that Hegseth ordered that there were no survivors and to do a second strike, which is illegal. Those are illegal orders. So he's in a lot of trouble, right? So I want to take a look and see what's going on. What's going to happen with Pete Hegseth. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinion, and please be kind to one another in the comment section down below. You guys are always really kind to one another, though. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is just Hegseth's energy right now. Hegseth's energy right now. He has got to be like freaking out. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So he's struggling right now with, I think he's struggling with probably his alcoholism. Now, the Temperance card, when it's reversed, means excess and overflow. And I see that, for me, this pops up a lot for alcoholism or substance abuse. Because it's in its upright, I'm almost wondering if he doesn't have, like, people around him, like, watching him like a hawk, or, like, sober coaches, or something to try to keep him straight and narrow. Now, I don't think he's going to stay that way. I do think he's going to drink a lot through this. Because I feel like we have the energy of both the upright and the reverse in this card. So I do think there are things in place that if he wanted to stay sober, he could, but that's not what he wants. He is going to have huge losses. Huge. This is the card of grieving. And the 7 of Pentacles reverse is like, I worked so hard to get here and I have nothing to show for it. Now, I want to address that, though, working so hard to get here, because he did work hard, but the way that he worked hard was to manipulate. Okay, so when I say he worked hard, I don't mean he worked hard in a good way. He worked hard, in dirty ways to get where he is. And he did that to get his Fox career, and he's, did that to get his position that he's in now. He's going to say, like, I've worked so hard. And he has worked very hard, but he's worked hard to do, he's done bad things. He's worked hard in bad ways. Okay. The challenge that not the challenge. So that was his feelings. Okay. So now what I want to look at is I want to look at the energy of the situation with Trump. What is Trump going to do? How is this little chapter going to end for Pete Hegseth? How is this chapter going to end? What is Trump going to do? Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords she can be making excuses for bad behavior, bad conduct. She's also the energy of knowledge and wisdom. So, and again, that's like the upright and the reverse aspects of this card. And I'm feeling like these cards today are really just embodying like the full meaning of the card, the light and the dark. It's a very like balanced karmic reading. And I think that this is what is happening. I think we're going to see a karmic cycle for Hegseth. I feel like there's going to be real consequences, because the Queen of Swords is about knowledge. She's like an independent thinker. This, to me, is all of the investigations that are being started between, the two, the Senate and the House. So this is going to have big repercussions. And again, it's that like divine feminine energy. It's that Lady Liberty. She's coming in and she's like, the female justice figure holding the scales. It's like The divine feminine is coming in and just ripping away the mask of this masculine energy that we've had for so long. Now, the challenge he's facing, or the situation is facing, is the Page of Cups reversed. So this is a lot of energy as well. Page of Cups reversed. The Page of Cups is a dreamer, someone who has like big ideas. And I feel like this was Hegseth. I think he 100% thought that he was going to be able to come in and do the job. I really, really think that he thought that. And I know that's delusional, and people will be like, Bobbie, how, no, I really think he thought he could do it. And then he got in there and he was like, oh crap. This is like way different than I thought it was going to be. Like Fox News host to like creating a budget. You guys, I have a master's degree in business. I have my MBA, and I struggle to create budgets. That's why I'm in HR and analytics, and not in like finance or accounting. Like it's difficult, and you have to be able to forecast what's going to come up in the future based on like researching past data. And Hegseth I don't think he has the knowledge base to do something like that. So this is him, being in over his head. When the Page of Cups is reversed, it's someone who is very childish and immature. And I think that this is also going back to drinking with holding this cup. The energy that he's coming from is the Five of Swords. Ooh, this is so appropriate. The Five of Swords is the card of conflict. So he's coming from this conflict with this boat where they did a double tap that was potentially very illegal. So that's spot on. The energy of where he's going is the Magician reversed. The smoke and mirrors are going to be removed, and we're going to see him for exactly who he is. The Magician reverse is like having all of these tools at your disposal, but not knowing how to use them correctly. And that's his energy. He has the tools of the entire United States military at his fingertips, and he does not know what he's doing. He has no clue. The overall destiny or aim, theme. Oh, yeah. Three of Pentacles reversed. The Three of Pentacles reversed is people not working together. People are not on your side. People are not cooperating. You are on your own, kid. And this is that energy of Trump being interviewed on Air Force One when they were asking him about it. And he was like, oh, well, Pete said he didn't do it. Pete said he didn't do it. And I believe him. But if he did do it, I wouldn't have ordered that. And that was such a, CYA moment for him. He's like distancing himself from Hegseth. So he tells these people to go out, his little minions. He tells them, go out and do all these really terrible things that are super illegal. And then when it gets blown up and everyone sees it, like, the shit that Pam Bondi has done, then it's like, then Trump is like, oh, I didn't know anything about that. He hangs everybody out to dry. The underlying energy, the underlying issue, or what Hegseth doesn't see coming, is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is contracts. This is gossip. This is information being brought forward. So there's going to be probably audio, video. There's probably audio of him giving a second command or something that implicates him. Video that we already know that there's video. So, that's going to correspond. This is like it's an information dump where there's going to be no way for him to, not be completely implicated in this. The energy is the Six of Wands. You know what? I feel like he may think he's going to get away with this. He posted that ridiculous meme right afterwards where it was like a spoof on the kids' Franklin books. And it's like him blowing up, or it's like Franklin blowing up people in boats. And maybe he's walking around with like a completely delusional idea that like everything is fine and I'm going to make it through this. Like no one's got anything on me. We can do whatever we want. He's thinking that Trump has his back and he can do whatever he wants and he's going to like get a pardon or everything will be fine. But it's like, Trump's only one person, and you're going to have to be held accountable. I don't think he fully grasps that yet. his environment, or the environment of the situation, is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is the card of having a massive ego. This is vanity. I wonder if he's a narcissist. I know he's got a sick mind as far as, or my opinion, that he, the way that he treats women, his beliefs and views, this weird, Christian nationalism. Something's going on with his brain. Now I am speaking just completely from like my imagination, okay? I have no frame of reference in this, but I think about men who go off to active combat, or areas where they're going to have to kill people. Like, I think of all of the young men that went to Afghanistan. There was a lot of like close range, shooting people. And that has got to mess you up. And I wonder if, whatever Pete has going on with, his mental health, combined with whatever traumas he's experienced in combat zones, that would probably break someone's brain. Like during World War I, there was all of those men that came home with shell shock. And it was from the repeated, like, massive explosions with concussions, and then the adrenaline spike multiple times a day that they're gonna die. These guys came home and they were shaky, they were messed up. And I think that the men still come home with a form of shell shock. It's different because it's not big explosions, but it's, having to look someone in the eye and take their life. So, not to make excuses for Pete Hegseth, but I do think that we do not address that. And that, we're seeing all of these situations now where there's like domestic violence disputes and people, taking their spouses' lives or their kids' lives or their own lives. And, it's just like, oh my gosh, why are we not taking care of these men and women? Why are we not taking care of our soldiers? It just makes me sick. Okay, anyway, I'm moving along. This is why I'm so anti-war. The hopes or fears of Hegseth, there's that Hierophant reversed again. He hopes that Trump's going to do whatever he wants to do, not follow the rules, do whatever he wants to do, and Hegseth's going to be fine. And I bet you Trump said, I'll say that this order came from me because I have immunity and you were just following orders. And then after it happens, Trump's like, oh, nope, didn't know what was going on. Final outcome for Hegseth in his current role. The Hanged Man reversed. He's going out. This is being martyred. Now, he's not going to be a martyr, but he's going to feel like he's a martyr. Yeah, he very much is. Okay, I want to pull some forecaster oracle cards to see what else Spirit wants to tell us about this situation. What information did I not pick up from the tarot that we need to get from the forecaster oracle about Pete Hegseth? And if you guys are ever wondering what cards I'm using, if you go to my website, which is justbobbiereads.com, there is a page where I have all of the different decks, little pictures of them. And then if you click on it, it'll give you a link where you can either purchase it or just get the deck information. So you can check those out there. All of my newer decks are on the bottom, so be sure you scroll to the bottom. Okay. We have silenced speech, censorship. So this is interesting. This can be read a lot of different ways. This could be people having information about what happened and perhaps things were silenced, suppressed. We don't know who leaked this information. And I actually heard somewhere someone say something about perhaps the UK is leaking their intelligence that they have about the US. And that's how this information is getting out, because other people are not being allowed to speak. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any validity to that at all, but that could be one area. This could be Pete Hegseth being, muzzled. This could be Trump not standing up to speak for him. And then this is also this idea of censorship. This could be, how big is this story going to get? Is this something that they're going to, focus on Fox News? Are people really going to see and understand and hear what's going on? Or is it going to be something that's suppressed, that's only shown on a few, small news outlets as very small stories? Okay, let's keep going. Oop, that is way too many. Okay, what else do we have for the situation with Pete Hegseth and his potential future? Earth fracture, shaky ground. He is on incredibly shaky ground. Things are not good for him, and I don't see this ending with him keeping his job. But let's keep going. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this Pete Hegseth situation? We have narrative, discernment, manipulation. They are going to try to twist and turn the story every which way. But what's going to happen is each person is trying to cover for themselves. So they're going to have their own stories that none of them are going to go together at all, because it's all going to be pointing the blame at the other people. And this could be, the way that Fox News reports the story, twisting it or manipulating it so that it doesn't seem as bad as it is, or makes it seem like it's a Democratic, witch hunt or something like that. So we could definitely see some of that going on. Oops. Catalyst event, turning point. So we had this card show up for, I think it was either the December reading or it was like the Thanksgiving weekend reading. But catalyst events are happening around us. So this double strike, this is a catalyst event. It's something that is going to create some kind of change. Whether it's just him getting fired, him being brought up on charges, him getting a pardon, bringing someone new in and then seeing a big change. But this was a catalyst event. There's been a few of them recently. I think the National Guard shooting in DC, it was also another catalyst event, because I think a lot of the people that were all for the National Guard being in these cities now seeing like that would not have happened had they not been there. It changes people's minds. Okay, what else do we have? We have assist and support, intervention. So someone's going to try to, this is going to be someone either trying to assist Hegseth or someone assisting and supporting and providing evidence that corroborates with what's being reported. I feel like that's probably more of the way that it's going, but it could be the other way around. Okay, let's get a few more. We have civil unrest and rising tide, inundation. This is going to cause people to rise up. I'm wondering if they're going to give him whether he gets a full pardon or a slap on the wrist or whatever he gets, if it's not harsh enough, people are going to people are going to just lose their minds. It's going to be this rising tide of energy of people committing war crimes. We're back in this is the stuff that happened in Vietnam, but people just didn't know about it. But we're right back in there. Okay. New ideas, possibility. I have been getting in readings lately that Hegseth is going to get back into, or attempt to get back into, media, being in front of a camera. That is like his favorite thing. That's his happy place. I think he's going to try to maybe line up a gig or something. I don't know. I don't know that he's smart enough to understand how bad this is for him. That's what I think. Okay, you guys, I want to shift our energy and I want to pull an oracle card for you guys to see what information, message, inspiration Spirit has for us today. So let us take a peek and see what messages Spirit has for, oh, that one just flew out. Okay, so this one says, Star Family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. At some stage, we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in the mirror, because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up in a spread, it's likely that you've met someone who is part of your star family, or you're about to. I love this card. I feel like the energy that I put out attracts back to me my star family. So I feel like all of you guys that watch my videos, and that especially my crew that comment, oh my gosh, there's like Lisa Ellison, Jimmy Panay Winchell, Nana Arizona. I'm saying that wrong. I'm forgetting something, but you know who you are. Sunshine in Arizona. Is that it? Oh my gosh, who else? There's so many of you. I like hate that I'm forgetting, because like my regular crew, you know, my chemical squirrel, and yeah, all of you, Scooby-Doo, and yeah, there's a ton of you guys. So I feel like you guys are my star family, and I love the community that we've built here, and I love sharing this space with you guys. And you have no idea how grateful I am for each one of you guys. When I film my videos, I think like, I can't believe people want to listen and watch my content. Like me, like you guys don't watch me. So I feel so blessed, and I do not take a single, view for granted, because you guys are blessing me every day. So thank you so much. All right. If you are still with me, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it helps out my channel so much. I'm so close to 25,000 subscribers, you guys. So we can get there. I know we can do it together. And if you would like to take your support of my channel one step further, you can join. Becoming a member is 99 cents a month, and you get access to member exclusive content. It's a fun time over there. So if you're interested in that and it fits in your budget, you can check that out. The link is in the description box down below. Just click where it says more, it will expand. And in there is all kinds of goodies. The link to my website, the link to become a member. So you can check all that out there. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.